Alright, this morning I woke up to an email from a guy which said, "Hello sir, usually you show players in your beloved YouTube series Is It Imbar Do I Suck who struggle versus various strategies. This time I would like to switch things around. I believe that I found a strategy that is completely broken in Imba and needs a hotfix from Blizzard in my opinion. My win rate in PvT is off the charts because I win nearly all games when I go for the build. It's a sharp all-in that you can't scout at all, so nobody sees it coming. The enemy Protoss gets tricked so badly that I think it should be illegal to perform this build. Can you investigate the replay and maybe tell your audience how to handle this build? Or did I create something truly Imba? For now, nobody in the Protoss world can stop this forest. Best regards, a TERRAN player." Alright. So this is the mysterious email I got from a guy called Gucci, which I find it pretty cool that a big brand is also playing StarCraft and on top of that inventing high-level StarCraft 2 strategies. Now there's two things that I found suspicious in this email. First of all, he's a Terran that's winning TVP, which first suspicious thing. And second thing is that it's a Terran admitting that something that they have might be broken. So I believe this guy might not actually be a Terran player, but a Protoss in disguise, which would make sense. Protoss players are also known to be smarter. So then it would make sense that a Protoss player does figure out the most broken build that Terran has ever had. So just, to keep in the back of your mind exactly what we're dealing here with. This is an undercover agent working for the Protoss, pretending to be a Terran player who loses his first SCV to probe harass. I'm not sure if this is part of the build. So he starts by mining these minerals with a single SCV. So this could be for a low ground command center maybe, or perhaps some kind of tank push as he's taking a gas. He's floating a lot of money as well. So you see the opponent TOS player just expanding and doing his thing. Yeah, what do we have here? What just got lifted? Oh, the depot got lifted, okay. Second barracks, third barracks, and a fourth barracks on the way. If the strategy is mining these minerals, then walking across the map and mining these minerals, I think Gucci might be onto something here. Now, I already knew Gucci was quite brilliant, of course. I mean, Gucci manages to sell white t-shirt with their logo on it for 85 euros, so I feel like if you can convince anyone to do that, you definitely will know how to make the most broken TVP build. 85 euros might actually be cheap for a Gucci shirt. See, this is the thing, people say that can't actually afford Gucci shirts. They think 85 is a lot, and then the people that buy the Gucci shirts like, what? 85? Where'd you get that deal? Mine was 250. To be fair, it also has a logo on the back, so that's a lot better. So yeah, he's actually gonna do this. Now, you could be a little bit negative and say, well, our Protoss player could take out those two minerals, just scout what's going on. He could have a building here or a probe to scout what's going on here, like are my minerals being mined, and then parking a single unit on the high ground would be able to deal with all of these SCVs, or at least 2 units would be able to kill those SCVs. The Protoss player could build a battery here instead of getting Blink and a Robo. The Protoss player in general, even if he doesn't do that but has a better build order, I think like he isn't adding extra gateways, but his first warping could come soon, so then all of a sudden he'd have 4 units. Then if he positions them here, I think he might be fine as well. So far, I'm not completely convinced that this is the most broken build order and completely unwinnable, but I mean, if Mr. Gucci sends you an email, you read it and you test the claims, Like maybe he'll send me some cool stuff, like a goodie bag with a couple of shirts and like a sweatband, maybe a polo. I always wanted to have a polo. Talking about polo, I always thought that the sport polo was something like the stuff they play in Harry Potter, which I can't remember the name of now. I thought it wasn't a real sport, but like a fantasy sport. But there's actually people on horses that play a weird kind of field hockey. Alright, so Cammy now realizes what's going on. He has a battery on the low ground. He's not building a battery on the high ground. He could, in theory, still just click this SCV and be completely fine. Just, if you one-shot the SCV, he won't be able to take it out. But instead, he clears the Marines, okay. So now Gucci manages to go up here. And we're seeing some type of micro being utilized here by Cammy, who's most likely gonna walk back into his own wall. There's no battery down here. There's still a battery on the low ground. And this game is absolutely tense at this point. This is looking really powerful though. Yeah. I mean, I'm not one who is quick to judge, but I mean, there's Marines in the base. What could Cammy have really done against this, right? Except scout his minerals or build any kind of base defenses. Perhaps spend any of his 700 gas into a single sentry to block this entrance. Even at this point, I mean, he has 3 bases. He's still gonna be up. If he just gets sentries down here and just kites the Marines back there, I think he might be fine. He's not really microing his units in general. I think the complete lack of sentries, the floating of money, the lack of micro, the lack of scouting. He has 2 observers against someone who's going 5 base. 3 observers! This specific area was very important for Cammy. Like, better keep a good eye on this. Missed the part where they're at his minerals. I love it. This is good. Battery overcharge being used now. Okay, that's big. Still no sentry being warped in. But Gucci is in a little bit of trouble, you know. Like he has a lot of Marines, but it's actually kind of dangerous. It's actually becoming a bit dangerous. I guess the problem here for Cammy is that Cammy doesn't really seem to have any probes anymore. Maybe he can rebuild them with these bases, but yeah, it's looking pretty rough right now for Cammy. So let's just quickly go through this replay, and then this is of course not an "is it Imba or do I suck?" This is an email from Gucci, and like I said, emails from Gucci, I just opened them. I know, you know, like if a brand like that wants to work together, make a collab, you know, you just do. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to laugh. That was not a good force field. You're supposed to try to, you know, wall out and then cut off chunks that that are manageable. But he cut off a chunk that wasn't manageable. It's like when you take a bite of the pie, but instead of taking a bite, you just shove the whole thing down your throat and I go, well, that wasn't ideal. That's kind of just what happens. The pie got shoved down his throat. It's quite painful. Okay, GG. Now, if we quickly think back of this game, he could have probably had something on top of here. The scouting wasn't ideal, but then on the other hand, I mean, this is Gucci. Yeah, I'm not completely convinced, Mr. Gucci. I'm still looking forward to the goodie bag, but I don't think this is a completely imbalanced strategy. But just in case, I'll be sending this replay to the balance team. I'll let them know about your issues, and yeah, I'll be expecting a t-shirt soon, man. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you did enjoy this episode of the mysterious email from Gucci. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Patreon and Twitch and Twitter. I also have an Instagram, which is down in the description below. And there's new videos on the site every day. Bye bye.